Clapperboard confessions from Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson in 50 Shades. Fans will be surprised. In 2015, when the first part of the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy was released, the entire film world was shaken. Besides the bold and controversial content, the main couple, Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson, became the center of all eyes. Their eyes, gestures, and near-perfect chemistry made it impossible for viewers to take their eyes off. But behind the burning footage, no one expected that the two main actors had kept a big secret for nearly a decade. Part 2. The Fateful Interview. In September 2025, at a private event for independent filmmakers in Zurich, Switzerland, a special conversation between Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson was held. At first, everyone thought it was just an intimate meeting to look back on the past journey. But no one could have prepared for the double confession, coming from Jamie and Dakota themselves, the final diary of 50 Shades. When the stage lights dimmed, the host asked a gentle question: "What is something from the movie that still sticks with you?" Dakota glanced at Jamie. He looked back at her. A slow nod. And then Jamie said, "We've never told this before, but it's time." Jamie Dornan. The first confession. Jamie took a deep breath. He didn't look at the audience, but into the distance ahead, as if he were looking back into a past that only he and Dakota knew. "I used to think I could emotionally separate myself from the role. I used to believe that if I walked off set, Christian Grey would disappear. But the truth is, I brought Jamie Dornan into every scene, every look." The audience fell silent. The room was almost frozen. "I loved Dakota during filming," he said. "It wasn't Christian who loved Anastasia. It was me, Jamie Dornan, who loved her, in real life." The words echoed through the room like a punch to the heart. Not because they were sensational, but because they were so real, Jamie continued. "I hid it. I convinced myself I was acting. But every time Dakota laughed, every time she cried in those emotional scenes, I couldn't pull away anymore. I don't know when I fell in love with her, but I do know. I didn't dare say it." Dakota Johnson. The other side. Dakota was silent for a few seconds after Jamie's confession. She pursed her lips, her eyes slightly red. But then she smiled, not Anastasia's smile, but the genuine smile of a woman who had waited too long to tell the truth. "I know," she said softly. "I also know I'm not an innocent spectator in this." She turned to Jamie. "You're not the only one hiding something. I have a secret too." The audience held its breath. "I love you," Dakota said. "I do love you, but I never allowed myself to show it. I was too afraid to hurt anyone, afraid to ruin what we'd worked so hard to build on film." She raised her head, her eyes fixed on the audience. "There was no secret love between us. No dates, no nights spent running away from the paparazzi. But there was something even more serious. We loved each other and never dared to touch it." Filming days, where love secretly grows. Jamie said that, during the filming of the 3 films, they experienced a lot of emotions together: difficult scenes, stress from public opinion, pressure from the director, and even silent evenings just sitting next to each other on the hotel roof, saying nothing. "One time, I was sick while filming the second film. Dakota brought water, medicine, and sat there silently all afternoon. Not saying a word. I didn't need anyone to take care of me, but I needed her. And she was there." Dakota recalled a memory in a fake rain scene. "Jamie covered me with his coat while cold water was poured on us for hours. He thought I didn't notice, but I remembered it forever. It wasn't in the script. It was real. Love without a name." At the end of the conversation, the host asked only one question. "If you could do it again, would you do it differently?" Dakota was silent. Jamie turned to her and said, I think I would tell her that I loved her. From the very beginning. Dakota smiled, gently touching Jamie's hand. And I would say, I love you too, but there are loves that don't need to end, because they are deep enough to last forever in memory. Fan reaction, emotional earthquake. As soon as the clip recording Jamie and Dakota's confession was shared online, millions of fans around the world burst into emotions. From loyal 50 Shades fans who have always shipped the two, to even viewers who once doubted the relationship, everyone couldn't sit still. Social media exploded. I cried. They don't need a relationship to make us believe in true love. Jamie and Dakota, they truly love each other. And they have the courage to say it. This is not just a hobby. This is a love story that was never lived.